can't work out if this hair is sexy bedhead, because it's literally left wet after swimming last night, or dragged through a hedge backwards. Comment below. Good morning, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren. Lose It Like Lauren here on YouTube. I'm back. Squeaky chair's back. And we're gonna get into another video. Can you tell this morning that I'm feeling myself? I'm totally feeling myself. No top on, no jumper on, bra showing through my t-shirt. Who freaking cares? My t-shirt is amazing. It is a owl on top of a person on top of a panda. What's not to love? Today's video is going to be based on getting to know me, getting to know all about me, no, I'm not even gonna go there. Getting to know me, and in turn, getting to know you. So, let me explain. The other week, when I was filming, it kind of dawned on me that, this is actually heartbreaking. I don't know why I'm being like, it dawned on me. That my sole purpose in life, my dream, my one and only dream, up until probably very recently, has been to lose weight. The only dream slash goal slash the most important thing I held in my life, the pinnacle thing of achieving, there's a hair on me, was losing weight, shrinking my body so that I am at an acceptable, proud, whatever size in order to start my life. Can I get a thumbs up for these hand movements? Thank you so much. And apart from shrinking my body, these aren't going anywhere, that was it. That was it. As female women, the word heartbreaking doesn't even begin to describe the fact that for so many of us, being smaller, taking up less space, you know, having the achievement and the pride of losing weight is the most important thing that we can do as humans, and that nothing else that we can bring to the table is as important as that. Anyway, we are also taught that relationships are incredibly important. The whole idea that you can't love someone until you love yourself is a complete lie, because there is such pressure for us to be in relationships and not to be single as women and to get married and to find someone, that we almost throw away our own self in order to love somebody else, in order to be like, I am loving, I am worthy, I can love you, I can put everything into you. How many times have you either been in a relationship where you've lost yourself because you've literally lost yourself trying to be there for somebody else? Hands up. Yeah. Did you hear my shoulder click? Hands up. Grab. An ex of mine once said to me, I'm only ever happy when I'm with you. And it was such a turn off for me. I was like, that's awful. Get a life. But equally, because I'm an awful person, but equally, that's what we're taught. We're taught that we should find happiness in someone else. So basically, regardless of this ridiculous intro, I today am gonna do it's like a self Q&A. It's gonna be facts about me. I don't really see how that related. Basically, knowing who you are, here we go. This is the good stuff. I don't even know what I'm gonna say. Knowing who you are is the most valuable thing in the world, and knowing who you are and getting used to what you like, what you don't like, what makes you tick, will make you feel like you're a human, and that this sounds ridiculous, but we are also programmed into, you know, must lose weight, must be on a diet, must be attractive to men, must be sexy, must be whatever, no matter what sexuality, no matter what presenting humanoid you are. Get to know yourself, because it will be the best thing you can do. Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to love you. That was a really awful note. Since realising that I have way more to give the world than just weight loss, purely because I did lose weight and it did nothing for me, it actually made things worse, and I developed binge eating and all these awful things that come along with ridiculous weight loss. It's made me realise that I am a kick-ass person, you are a kick-ass person, and you deserve to understand yourself properly, regardless of the social, you know, pressures, that's not even the right word, that are put on us. The second we are born, the doctor announces it's a boy or it's a girl, and then we naturally, because of society, follow what is meant for said gender that the baby is given based on genitalia. I'm not even going to get into all this, but basically, where am I going? It's making sense in my head, it's just not coming out my mouth properly. Ever. Does it ever? Does it ever? We are also focused on doing what society tells us that we don't learn about ourselves. So today, you're going to learn about me, and in turn, I want you to answer these questions for yourself. Share some answers below. Let's get the conversation talking. So, hello. Stupidest wave ever. My name is Lauren May. My mum and dad knew that they wanted to name me Lauren from about age 16. My mum was like, yep. It was, I'm named after Lauren Bacall. My mum was like, I love that name. I'm calling my daughter Lauren. My middle name, May, is, I'm named after my dad's mum. May was her middle name, spelled M-A-E. And I used to hate my name, but now I love it. Lauren May, it's a great name. The first time I ever met another girl called Lauren, I always thought it was quite an unusual name, but it's not. So there's loads of us. If your name's Lauren, comment below. I was 5 when I first met Lauren, the other Lauren, and her mum didn't like the fact that her precious little daughter was in a class with a girl also called Lauren, because it would distract the other princess. So she went to the headmistress and complained. So this other Lauren got moved out of my class and then got given the rubbish teacher. So then her mum went and complained to the headmistress and went, I don't like that teacher. The other Lauren's got a good teacher. So then she got put back in my class, and then we've hated each other ever since. I still hate her. Hopefully she doesn't watch these videos, but I haven't seen her in about 10 years. The feud started then and it continued. We were kind of in the same friendship group, but we never liked each other. It's probably because, actually she probably didn't like me, because I found out that her grandmother, I don't know how I found this out, because her surname began with a P. I found out that her grandmother called her Lolly Pee, and obviously proceeded to call her that for the rest of the time I knew her. And when I got into sixth form, which was age 16, and other schools can merge, another 4 came. So there were 6 Laurens. I mean, they're not around anymore, I had to off them. But as I said, I'm 34. I lived at home, at the family home in Barnet, North London, until I was 30, which was late to live at home. Again, I was always just in the mindset of saving for a house, and you know, my dad always said, we still like you, so what's the point in you moving out and wasting money on rent? And I believed that for a long time, until I was like, you know what, I need my freedom, and I'm so happy in my studio now. I lived in Harlesden, I've lived in Chiswick, I've lived in 5 places since I moved out of the family home, which is insane. But now I feel quite settled here now. I'm happier than I used to be when I first moved in. I am bisexual. I've known for a very long time that I was not on the straight and narrow. I came out to my friends on MSN, aged 15, and they were just like, amazing, what's that? No, I'm joking, but they didn't really know what to make of it, I think, but I kind of just wanted to come out. But for so long, I always considered my sexuality to be something that was only for sexual encounters. That sounds really crude and awful. I thought it was only for something to experiment with, not actually as in lifestyle, until a couple of years ago when I met my ex. I came out to my parents, and then YouTube. And I feel like my life's been changed since then, because I feel like I'm more authentically myself now. And that feels amazing to be out. I didn't realise how much, not turmoil, that's probably the wrong word, but how much just angst I had inside me keeping it in. So it feels really good to just be accepting of my sexuality. I do obviously realise that I was in a privileged position. I knew that my parents would not have a problem with it. I knew that nobody would have a problem with it. And if they did, then they weren't for me. But I've only experienced love since coming out, and I know that that is a very privileged thing to experience, and I'm incredibly, incredibly lucky for that. Number 4, I'm just doing these in like a random order. What makes me smile? What makes you smile? Write some things below. What makes me smile? Sunshine, blue sky. I like naming inanimate objects, like Leonard, who's up there somewhere. I like naming things. So like, for instance, if I drive a certain route and I notice that there's a car that's broken down looking sad, I'll generally name it and then wave at it when I drive past it, which sounds absolutely insane. I realise that, but as I've said many times in many videos, this world is shit and sad, and there's so much awful things happening in the world. So if I can get a bit of joy at waving at a broken down car, then what's the harm in that? There's a field that I drive past when I drive to my mum's house, which has a, I think I've spoken about these guys before, which has a donkey and a horse in it. And then one day they suddenly started introducing this Shetland pony into the mix. And I didn't like the Shetland pony at first, because whenever I drove past, the horse would be hanging out with the Shetland pony and the donkey would be over the other side of the field, and I'd be really annoyed. I'm like, hang on a minute, horse, you were friends with donkey for ages, and now all of a sudden Shetland pony comes along and donkey's over the other side of the field. Not happy. But the other day I drove past and donkey and horse were together and Shetland pony was over the other side of the field, and I was like, ha! I mean, I need to get a life, I understand this, but I've also driven past and they've all been together, so I think they're friends. They've obviously just got like a throuple thing going on, and they're obviously having some differences, but naming inanimate objects and waving at them and smiling is actually a lovely thing to do. What else makes me smile? Food. Food makes me smile. Traffic lights turning green when you're driving and you don't think they're gonna change, and they do, and you're like, oh, that's amazing. I mean, family and friends, obviously. You guys make me smile. The comments you leave, the love I get, oh my God, amazing. I got a new plant, that little guy there, yesterday. Plants make me smile. Keeping plants alive make me smile because I easily kill them. Oh dear. I'm currently reading Her Body and Other Parties. I'll put a picture here. I've only read a couple of pages, so I'm not into it yet, but apparently it's amazing, so. My most embarrassing moment was when I was running for a bus and it was really cold, so I had tights on under my trousers and my trousers fell down whilst I was still running for the bus. Yes, the tights were dark tights. They weren't like the opaque type, but they were quite dark, but I carried on running with my trousers down, and I got the bus, and I got on the bus, and I like pulled them up and like just sat down. I'm just processing that now, like that is a weird, like how, like, and also I was running towards the bus, like the bus was facing me, so everyone could see me like waddling, which is actually a horrendous thought, but yeah. Random fact about me is I love being underwater, so I'm talking about full rigmarole, so earplugs, goggles, hat, possibly a nose thing, but they always like slowly like inch off my nose, which is really annoying, probably because I don't know, have I got a big nose? Who knows? Nah. Favourite music? Bashment, Afrobeats, soca, jungle, R&B, chill out, classical. Wide range. My favourite body part at the moment are my legs and bum, because they feel strong and powerful. My favourite person to follow at the moment on Instagram is Sophie T Art. She's an artist and she's young, she's like 27, but she's like a self-made millionaire through her art and through Instagram, and it's just insane. She constantly changes up her style, which I absolutely love, because she'll say along the lines of, I'm not sure how many more of these I'm going to do, so people just buy them. Originals, prints, she's just brilliant, and she posts herself being really real and normal, and yeah, it's just amazing to watch her grow and to look at her art, and hopefully one day I will own a Sophie T piece. My favourite quote is, "Stop expecting you from people." I think that's my favourite quote at the moment, because we so often think that because we do something that we should expect other people to do that. If we're conscientious in certain ways, or if we do certain things to certain people and we don't get it back, it sometimes can anger us, but we need to remember that not everyone is like us, unfortunately, and we need to stop expecting us from people, because then a lot of upset generally is through like over expecting things from people. What's your YouTube guilty pleasure? My YouTube guilty pleasure is, I like watching videos, like dumpster videos, where it's generally in America, which is why I said dumpster, like bin. They go through the trash, they go through the rubbish, and they'll be like, look what I found. I just love it. And I like watching like charity shop videos, thrifting videos, because I'm just really nosy and I love looking at what people find in bins. Tell me a joke. I went into a pharmacy yesterday and I asked the guy there what gets rid of the coronavirus, and he said ammonia cleaner. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I thought you worked here. My favourite thing to do for self-care is, at the moment, getting up early and going for a swim, because that extra 2 hours of like the day is just priceless to me, and it makes me feel so much better for the rest of the day. And I feel like it's really kind of like revolutionising my the way I feel about myself like pride, and my like the feeling I have in my body as well. I have developed a love for plants. I feel like that's something that you either develop in your 30s or when you live alone. I know that plants have become like really popular, but I find them really hard to keep alive. I've got one now that I'm looking at that just looks like it's passed away, and it's scaring me, even though I'm gonna try and revive it. What makes me angry? Rude people, ignorant people, people that cross the road and don't say thank you, people that, generally just people, rude people that have not been taught manners. Grinds my gears, absolutely grinds my gears. If I had to sing karaoke, I would sing Songbird by All Angels, or I'm gonna give you 3 that are totally different, or Too Big for Your Boots by Stormzy, or Tenacious D, Her Gently. When I was younger, I used to have a nickname. My dad always used to call me Scamp because I was naughty, or like cheeky, not naughty, cheeky. And my dad always used to call me Tiger. My best friend Lauren always tries to call me Loz, and I hate it. She's like, but I like it. I'm like, but we're different people. And I'm like, stop expecting you from people, haha. Having said that, Lauren called me Lozatron the other day, and no, Joel called me Lozatron the other day, and I was like, that's not happening. What is one of the most daring things you've ever done? Okay, the first thing that comes to mind is, this is probably quite stupid, but equally, I don't think I've ever spoken about this online, or even if you knew that I did it. Anyway, about 5 years ago, when I went to Ibiza, I met this guy on a night out who I fell for immediately. I know, a man, shock horror. And he was travelling the world following the All Blacks rugby, because he was from New Zealand. And we spent a couple of days together in Ibiza, and then he was going to Spain, and then what did he do? Oh yeah, he came to London for a week, and we kind of spent the time in London together. And then he was like, I'm going to Paris for a week, do you want to come? And I was like, well, yeah. So I kind of just went to Paris with a complete stranger. And then we had a long distance relationship, because he lived in, where did he live? He lived in Australia and I was here, but turns out he was a maniac. So that, surprisingly, he was a maniac. It was fun. If you had to come with a warning label, caution, You may faint from laughing so much because I'm so funny. What's my coffee order? I normally get a soya latte or an oat milk latte. I don't generally have cow milk, yeah, or an iced version of what I've just said. What's something I'll never do again? Travel the world with a stranger? No, what's one thing I'll never do again? Put somebody else before myself in a relationship. I think the most disgusting word in the world is, so many people hate moist, but I love the word moist. I hate the word curd, like as in cheese, curd. I just hate that word curd. It was because when I used to work in a doctor's surgery, I was reading someone's notes once. And I mean, this is personal, but I'm not gonna say a name, obviously, because number one, I don't remember the name of the patient, but they were talking about down there, and it actually read cream curd like substance. And since then, the word curd, just can't deal. No. I mean, luckily I don't have to use curd on a normal basis, on a normal daily basis, so I think I'll be all right. Favorite word is snack. Snack, snacky. I'm feeling snacky. Are you feeling snacky? Fancy a little snack. Best word ever. My most used word is cute and amazing. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's amazing. All the time. I almost need a cute, amazing jar because I drive myself insane. Worst band, Coldplay. Proudest moment. Probably now, coming through all this diet culture shite and realizing who I am without weight loss being forefront of my mind is what I was trying to enact rather than head. I am happiest when I'm holding my baby niece or when I'm laughing with family and friends, whether I'm here on my own and I've lit some candles, got into bed with some Netflix, having an early night, amazing, or whether I am filming YouTube. I'm so happy doing this. Putting myself first. I'm happy when I'm in the pool, when I'm swimming, when I'm actively making steps to make myself better, and I'm not happy when I'm not. So this is partly part of the reason for this video, to kind of like remind myself who the F I am. So I hope I've given you a bit of some it's kind of like I've been a self Q&A today. It's not really meant to have been this. I thought it would have been something else. But just take time to get to know you. Get to know yourself, because you are the main person that matters. Yes, you may have children. Yes, you may have a partner. Yes, you may have family and friends that depend on you. But if you are not taking care of yourself for at least some portion of your day and knowing who you are, the other relationships in your life are going to suffer, and you're not going to be able to, what's the word? Function at your highest level. That made sense in my head. This video has not been what I thought it would be, but hey, I look cute, so happy with that. Thank you so much for all the love, support, comments. As always, if you're new here or old here and have never left a comment before, comment below. If you would like to support me and buy me a coffee, there's a link below. Again, whenever I get bought one, it just blows my mind because it's just so generous, and thank you so much. I think that's it. Love you lots. See you soon. Bye.